Good morning children. Today in this class I am going to explain about the process of making paper in a paper mill and what are the different types of stages that are involved in the process of making paper. In this class we will explain that. We will go to learn about the process of making paper in a paper factory. Generally there are five stages are involved in the process of making paper in a paper factory. Let us see and let us discuss about each of them detailed. Okay, there are 5 stages are involved in the process of making paper. Process of making paper. There are 5 stages that are involved in the process of making paper in a paper mill. The first stage is chipping. Okay, here chipping means generally the subabul or bamboo trees or bamboo are used to make the paper. Whenever the lorries brought the loads of bamboo and subabul, generally the workers peel the outer surface of the bamboo and subabul. After peeling the subabul, generally all the long sticks of subabul would be chipped into small pieces. Chipping is nothing but cutting into a small pieces. Okay, here chipping means all the subabul or the bamboo sticks would be cut into small pieces by using large machines, that is called chipping. Chipping means cutting of subabul trees or the subabul sticks with the help of large machines and into a small chips or large chips, that is called chipping. Okay, after chipping the subabul trees are then furtherly the small chips, categorized the small chips and large chips, then the large chips would be chipped. Okay, the small chips will be going into the second stage, that is making of pulp. Making of pulp. After chipping process had done, the small chips would be boiled in a big boiler with the chemicals. The small chips would be boiled with the help of chemicals, and the small chips, when they would be converted into pulp, then after they will bring the pulp into the pulp from the boiler to the outside. Making of pulp by using large machines, they would be pulp the chips of the subabul trees. All the chips of subabul trees would be converted into the pulp. They would be gathered or they would be removed from the large machine or boiler. Okay, by using so many chemicals, they would be pulp. They would convert the chips into pulp by using large machines. Okay, at the time of making of pulp, they use chemicals to whiten the paper. To whiten the pulp, they use the chemicals. They use the chemicals to whiten the pulp. After making the pulp of paper, they would bring out and they spreading. After that, spreading the pulp. The third stage is spreading the pulp in a open place. In a trays, all the pulp would be spreaded. Why they are spreading the wooden pulp? Because to dry the pulp and to press the pulp and to roll the pulp, they would be spread the pulp, and they to cool the pulp, they would be spread the pulp on the clean floor or on in a trays. Okay. The fourth stage is pressing, drying and rolling. In this stage, after spreading the pulp would be pressed. The pulp would be pressed. To dry the pulp, they would be pressed, and to get the perfect shape and to get the thickness of a paper, they would be press the pulp. After pressing the pulp, the pulp would get the perfect thickness. To get the perfect thickness or to get the required thickness and to get the length and width, they would be press the pulp. After pressing, they would be drying all the moisture which is present in the pulp. Okay, the heaters would be used to dry the pulp. After drying all the pulp, it would be converted into, after drying the pulp, it would be converted into a paper. These paper sheets would be rolled into a big rollers. Okay, all the paper after drying, they would be, the workers in the factory would be roll the paper. Okay, the final stage is, cutting. After rolling the paper in a big rollers, after that the paper would be cut into the required sizes, and then they would be stored, or it would be stored or it would be preserved in a godowns. Okay. After rolling the paper, they would be cut the paper as per the required sizes, and it would be preserved in a godowns. Okay, these are the 5 stages that are involved in the process of making paper in a paper mill. Okay, the first one is chipping. Chipping is nothing but breaking down of the large sticks of subabul into small chips and making of pulp. By using chemicals and boilers, they would convert the small chips into a smooth pulp. After that, the pulp would be spread on the sheet or trays. To dry the pulp, they would be spreaded, and after that they would be press the pulp. After that, they drying the entire pulp to get rid of the water moisture from the pulp. After that, finally they would be rolled to the rollers. Finally, if any requirements are to, as per the required lengths and sizes, they will be cut into the small pieces, and the entire paper would be preserved or stored in the godown. Okay, these are the stages that are involved in the process of making paper. Okay, now let us see the work in batches. In a paper mill, it requires so much of people to make paper. Okay, but in the paper mill, the workers are working in the form of batches. Okay, after cutting the paper would be preserved in a godowns. Okay, when it will be taken to the godowns, on the sheets or on the paper bundles, the batch number and the lot number and weight, these are the some parameters would be noted down on the paper or sheets of paper. Because why they would label the batch number, lot number and weight of that particular paper? Because it is representing the, suppose if any lot or if any paper bundle having the batch number, lot number or weight, it representing the amount, the weight of the paper, and it representing the lot number, it means when the lorry or when the raw material would came to the factory, and when it is completed the making of paper. Okay, all the details would be involved in this lot number and batch number. Okay, batch number representing the people who are working, or people who are worked, or who are making the paper. Okay, these are all the things that are involved in the labeling of batch number and lot number and weight. Okay, now let us see. Generally, let us say an example. There are so many batches are working in the paper mill. Okay, suppose let us assume that if 201 is the batch number, 201 batch, suppose just now a lorry come up with the load of subabul, the lorry is surrendered to the 201 batch. Okay, 201 batch, the first step is chipping. Okay, the 201 batch with the chipping of the wood. Okay, then the 200 batch is in the next stage, that is making of pulp. And the 199 batch is at the spreading of pulp. And if you see, the 198 batch is at the pressing and drying section. Okay, in this way, the batches are, if once the load is surrendered to one batch, that one batch go along with the entire processing of paper. Okay, to after finishing the entire paper, they would be released out. Okay, in this way, the work is going in the batches in the paper mill. Okay, with the help of this batches system, they followed the batches system. With the help of this batches system, with 24 hours throughout the day, the work is running in the paper mill, and the administration staff and the managing staff, the timing is 9:30 to 5:30 around. These are the timings of administrative staff, like accounts, managing, checking of the quality of the paper. These are the people. These are the people. Timings is from 9:30 to 5:30. But the batch system follows the factories, the paper mills. Okay. Along with the batch system, they will follow the shifting system. The paper mills follows the shifts of duty. Okay, like if three shifts in a factory, shift A, shift B and shift C, then the timing of shift A is 6 a.m. to morning 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is the first shift of first batch, and the second shift is 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. and the night shift is 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Okay, these are the shifts that workers would be followed in the paper mill. Okay, for the night shift, the workers would get the special allowances during the night shift. Okay, these all three batches would be rotated weekly. Suppose in the first week of the month, batch A gets the morning 6 to afternoon 2 p.m. batch. Then the next week they would be shifted to the second shift, and third week they would be shifted to night shift. In this way, the rotating shifting system also followed in the paper mills. Okay. And this is about the batch system and the shifting system. about employees or workers in the paper factory. In the next class, we will see about the selling of paper or selling of paper in different countries from India. Okay, thank you children.